Today I'm going to talk about the hawking that Chris a little bit showed, but it was a brief introduction, and it's those 2 hours what Kragot did is not enough to talk about hawking. But I will show you the hawking, and then we do this against back hooks in and a collar choke. And I will try to show you that I can give them everything without the arms. I can defend my neck. And like also what I guess is a misconception, what people say about what I do is that I don't protect my neck. I do, but I do it differently than most people teach, because I don't have to do much with arms, because my body is a kind of, better position, and then my arms have to do less work, and sometimes even not work. And it looks like I'm not defending my neck, and it's usually a misconception about stuff. So, but I think Jiu-Jitsu uses too much arms anyway. So I show the hawking, and then you have to pretend you understand, and you try it like left and right time a little bit, yeah. And then you go like questions, and then I explain more, and then I show you the back stuff, and we'll see how we go, because I guess the objective of the class is the possibility you not reaching the goal of you doing this yourself is there. I can show you it's there. I probably let myself choke by some black belts, and then I still can show you it works. So, and we get there slowly. Yeah. So, so it's about back defense and back attack. So anyway, let's go. So, what I ask you to do is what we call hawking. Yeah. So, those on a mat. All those things are later important, and you have your pillow, boxing shoulder here, your elbow is here, and you have your kind of boxing arms, and you just relax. And that elbow has to be there. This is a Kimura, this is not Kimura. Usually you try to argue with this, what Kimura you, I dare you to try. Yeah, so you have to test and it's not there. So it looks like it's open. So actually this is Kimura and everything else. So that's the position, and this is what we use against to defend the chokes from the back also. It's literally that, but just his leg is under me, like a hook here. So that's that. And think about obliques, and don't think about turning. Yeah. So think about 2D, like in that plane. Don't think about 3D. Yeah, adding this leg. So that's it about the instruction. Try like 10 seconds left, 10 seconds right. Like I said, pretend to understand. And then we can start and then take the back, and I'll show you how it works. And like I said, objective is to show that there's a section of Jiu-Jitsu that I can teach, and the objective is to make you curious. Yeah, maybe not do it yourself, but you see how I do it, and you go like, okay, that side of that I should study. So objective is that. And if you can't do it yourself yet after class, that's all good. But you saw it, your own eyes, and you tested it, you go like, huh. And then I leave you with that. So just a little bit seeding, seed planting. So hawking, left or right, spread out, try it, and we'll see how we go from there. Hawking is side control bottom. This is when you would ask me, Priit, how I would teach side control bottom, I would show you this. Yeah. So sometimes you don't have context, so it's like what you mean, how I'm in this side control. So this is side control bottom. This is back escapes. This is twister escapes. This is side control triangle, transition escapes. This is scarf hold arm bars. This is side choke defense. This is a lot of things. And that one structure. So I like to teach structures, and then I use one structure to answer most things. So when our backs are towards the mat, it seems like I can solve problems with the hawking and baby reach. Because baby reach is an extension and hawking is a contraction. So I use both, minimum, maximum ranges, and then life happens between. But mostly when my back is on the mat, I tend to solve, it seems I can solve things with hawking and baby reach. I do less baby reach these days because hawking is just so powerful, but baby reach is still needed. And now I will show you what you have to do. And I will do a public test, and there's always risk that I'm getting choked. So we might change the topic of the class. That's always there, so take the back. So, hooks are in, and typically what you see, like the other side, so it should actually fold this. So, what you see, yeah, he knew to whatever, take the grips, take the collar here, and that's a choke, yeah, go. Yes. So now, I have to teach you, go. So that's what I do. Okay? So that's why I take black belts, not small ones, you know. And I teach this, and I don't use arms to just make you curious. That what the hell was that? So that's what people don't see, that I don't use arms and stuff, because I don't have to. And that's the magic I can teach. And that is the power of position. And this class is also about attacks, because now if they see that hawking, they're not going to attack it actually, because they have to undo the structure and then they can attack. So think about this, yeah? If you see a good boxing stance, the answer is not to hit harder. The answer is to make it open. Because the defense is good, yeah? So you play it open, jab and cross, and then they overreact, and then you know, that's why we have jab, cross, hook, uppercuts, up and down, you know. You play it open. So that structure is, if you see it, first you try it, and you know, and then you understand that where you can attack and where you cannot attack. So what if you add a defensive structure to the equation of attack, then first you think that collar choke works in that range. You just get the collar and it's over. So you think that this is the range of how choke works. But what happens when you add the defense into equation, it's like, and then that attack works only here. So it's precise because of defense. And you wouldn't find out, and then that's why I don't like the YouTube videos, you know, somebody takes the back, you know, usually whatever method, you take the back and right away there's a choke in the end. So like it shows like defender has no chance. So example, if I do it like, let's say, back stuff, just one example, just to put the hook in, and go to turtle, the top. Let's say we're here, yeah, whatever way this hook happened, yeah, the back take, and then he pulls me, usually here, and then go choke. So yeah, and then, you know, usually every YouTube video is like this, yeah? So what I can show you, so hook in, take the grips, pull, go. Yeah, so I can do this. So then stuff works. And then the question is like, it was a little bit too deep right now also. So it was like, but how do I do it now? So that's the hooking structure. So it's nothing else. When you said like 15 seconds, it is actually that, but you just don't know it yet. So now I think you're curious. And also I recommend people to roll with me and I give you stuff. And then you try it yourself. Yeah, so it's like a little bit like, oh, what if I do this and that? It doesn't matter because the structure is that strong. I know I'm a big guy, but that's why I don't take like little guys to choke me. So now a little bit more. So that was on the mat. Because the hook was there, I was a little bit, you know, pushing up. That's the shrimp backwards. You have that head. You have the arms here. You can defend stuff also if you want to, but you don't have to. And that's the hawking. And then if you switch, that's the stuff. We call it also minimal invert. So because somebody's passing the guard, you can shrink and get to the guard. Our maximum invert would be from the same position, you know? You go here, here, and you get to the guard. So it's not the position, it's not like jiu-jitsu, you know? People usually ask like, what is this position elsewhere? It's a minimal invert. Anyway, so try it again, 10, 15 seconds. So more details, and then I do the button exercises. I give you stuff, and then we try to fix it. It's the first time I teach it this way, so there's a chance I will fail. But and also the objective is, but I made you curious. So that's the second objective, to reach today. Okay? So on your own, 15 seconds, left, right, figure it out more. So for no-gi people, I don't mind if you do no-gi, who cares? I do gi jiu-jitsu in no-gi grips. I don't grab gi. I like those things because I like my fingers. Because the other way is messed up. So I usually do mechanical grips on gi also because there's more friction. I rarely grab the gi. I don't think it's actually good. And there's a different debate about it. And I'm not against lapels and stuff, but it's certain things, mechanical grips are actually very powerful. Instead of just grabbing the collar, I grab neckties. Because it seems to break the posture more than this. So I like more mechanical grips. More wrestling and more universal based. I'm not against the gi, so to speak, but I do it myself more. So, take it back. So what you should try to do now, yeah, is first of all, I hope you kind of, it's a bait, so I named it all levels because I guess beginners know this choke also very early on. So it's not very intermediate class because the attack has to be there. So, and you fall here and you try to attack, go. Yes. So you get them in a page that they can do it, yeah? It doesn't have to be perfect, there's more details here also. And then try, wait, and then you try go like, okay, now it's hawking. You push up, you shrimp into them, and you go up. So you circle like this way. So I'm not doing this because I can't. I do jiu-jitsu. Now I can. So choke. You feel it, yeah? Okay, so yes. So this is like, you know, I call it magic because it's a bad word, but it feels like, God damn it, because all my life I learned it's possible, and then just somebody does this and you can't. Yes. Okay, so take the back, go for a choke. So program them, you can do it, and then try to do the hawking. Yeah, so they will teach you also. Okay, more head here, I think, push more into it. So they help you to do the hawking, and they should try the choke. And the feeling you should get, it's harder. Not like, oh, I can't, because you're just trying first time. But you go like, okay, if you're straight body, I can do it easy. And if you do the hawking, it's actually harder. Maybe if you go like berserk mode, you can still do it. But you should feel it's definitely harder. And then we do it better and better. And it goes like, it's harder and harder. Okay? So that should be like level. So don't, if they do a hawking, don't go like, just give them some success. And then we try to fix it, add more details, more shrimp in and stuff, okay? So be a nice partner. And let's try now, give you 5 minutes, you switch on your own. You can take only the good side, usually what's more coordinated, you know? You don't have to do both sides if you don't want. So let's do it, and then I add more details. Let's go, don't clap. And suffering has to be done, has to be made pleasant. And as a beginner, you always come to jiu-jitsu, you know, you have to suffer. But I guess if you don't know why you get beat up, and if you're flat and then there's no system for escaping, the suffering is way more unpleasant than it has to be. And then I guess a lot of beginners quit or they don't enjoy jiu-jitsu because you can't start to be right away the hammer, you know? You get like dominated an armbar and if nobody tells you kind of how to get out, or let's say how to answer that also, I think it's torturing, because if I don't know what's went wrong and then they ask me to do it again, I don't think there's very enjoyable. If I lose and I know exactly why I lost, I'm like, let's do it again. So this, when you get choked now, I'm not saying you today, after 1 hour class, will know exactly what went wrong, but you will have a better clue that, oh, I wasn't hawking, I was flat, I was this, and I gave this, and then everything, why I got choked. And then you can solve it again. You go back, try it again. And because you have to. So that's how we get better. Because, if I'm a new parent in that sense, almost 4 months old kid, imagine when kids learn to walk and then after 50th try, they go like, oh, fuck it. It's like, they have to go, like they sit down, they go like, I'm doing it again, And it has to be pleasantful, And what you don't do to a kid is like, stop doing that, You encourage him more, So how do we encourage people to go, suffering, jokes and stuff, that it's pleasantful, it's motivating, and you go like, I want to solve that puzzle more, and I know why I'm losing, so it's fun. Otherwise, torture. So I'm trying to answer that question better than the people before me, maybe. Yeah, I'm very stressed also about it because I didn't learn jiu-jitsu like this, and what I show you right now, this is defense. I've done jiu-jitsu 21 years, and this is what we discovered 3 months ago. This is one of my best discoveries yet so far. I can give you deep jokes, and I don't care. And I'm so mad at people before me. Because why I have to do jiu-jitsu 21 years to figure this out? And then I can give you this to white belts. And you can get so much better. You can avoid so much suffering, of pointless suffering. So I'm kind of, stressed about it. So, anyway, so that's the part of the journey, because now, because of the sufferings and all the stress, I enjoy it way more and I appreciate it way more. Yeah, so let's take it back again. So that was a joke, by the way, yeah? It's only funny because it's 10% true. So So what you need to do, what you guys did, some of you, is what usually happens. Wait, take the you try to go here, and now this arm becomes weak. Go choke a little bit. You need to still get choked, because if you sink down, the lever is here. They can bend your head. Actually, you can't really go there, and the mount happens also, and the side choke happens, and everything is messed up. Yeah. So, okay. So what I do is I don't hold on tight this underhook. I cannot turn because the underhook is there. So the only gap, see that? Only gap there is, I can go up there. See, that's the direction they cannot stop. I'm going, this is like, the screw has what? What are those? Thread. So I go up and down of that, yeah? So I go up, and so I can, hold on tight, don't choke, but hold on tight. I cannot go there. It's like, Priit, I can't do walking. No, I'm not asking you to do that. Hold on tight. I'm asking you to go up. He feels that right away. I'm not asking you to go like, I can't. So go up. That's what it is. You shrimp towards, knees on a mat. This is mount. This is not. So, and you shrimp. And then you make your head heavy. You don't have to hit it on a mat, but usually it goes on a mat. You can relax. This is also wrist fights here. I can show you later. And then you have also, and then you do a turtleneck. There's a difference. I can do this. It's more fun. Go pull. You have more strength. Go pull. Yeah, it works more a little bit. Go back. And when I have this, go. It works less. I can talk while you're getting choked. So I like to play with danger, so I give them a crane neck, so it's more fun. Okay? So, and then I ask you to go like on a point where they feel totally helpless. So I'm doing this. It's also fun. I get a little bit dizzy sometimes, but I ask you to go more, and they will help you, and then pull. There's nothing there. They feel it. And then you go like a little bit more here, go pull, a little bit harder, still fun, wait, go, a little bit harder. So you learn like, and if you go even lower, there's a point of you tapping also. And then you know the range. You know what you have to do, and then you mess up, and the next time I try it again. So, literally what I did, yeah, this, now toes, pushing and then shrimping backwards. So sometimes people say literally, but then they do something else actually, yeah. But this is literally what I do, but now just the hook is under them. So try to shrimp towards them, go out of the thread, kind of like up a little bit. So you a little bit stack them kind of, and you shouldn't fight them, yeah. You shouldn't, there's a post, you go around that, and there's an underhook, you go up there. You don't fight the underhook. So, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, so I like to call it jiu-jitsu because it's, if I say jiu-jitsu, then it's like strength-based a little bit. But I really go like jiu-jitsu. I think it sounds more technical. Yes, or softer or gentle or whatever, So do it again. Take your best side. I also let you maybe sometimes weak side, so you see you're actually developing skill. One side is becoming more comfortable. You go like, oh, actually this side is so weak. This is getting better, so you can compare. So actually feel. Now you can ask for help, but before asking me, ask your partner. Maybe they can actually help you really fast because they feel when the choke is working and not. And it only should get harder, yeah? So you go like, actually now it's harder, I have to go a little bit more. So, and everything is meant for you having time. This will slow things down. And also you have more time, everybody needs that, yeah? Attacks being slow, like you're fighting in your dreams. Have you felt that? Every punch is kind of slow in a dream, like, God damn it. And also, what I like it is, I think Estonians are called very literal people. Some have called me. I guess I agree with that. But it's kind of like half joke, but not. Hickson or Rickson Gracie have said, kind of point of jiu-jitsu is being uncomfortable, being comfortable in a very uncomfortable situations. Yeah. It doesn't get any more uncomfortable than that, I guess. So if you consider side control being very uncomfortable, so the evidence shows we can dig deeper. I can show you how to be very comfortable inside end range of the choke and still be like, and I think that's a very true essence of jiu-jitsu. Somebody's really trying to kill me, rip my head off, and I'm like totally fine. So we can dig that And that's the part of jiu-jitsu I enjoy. The rabbit hole actually is that deep. There's not like you get a choke and it's done. No, it's like there's layers of defense. So that's the part. My attacking game is definitely suffering because of that. I'm not developing that. I'm trying to get deeper and deeper, give you everything, and still be okay. And so you should you should not do that because I can give you information and systemize already. So this is all what I do, research. Anyway, so do it again. Shrimping, you can do a lone exercise as a hawking, then you do a partner, help each other, and then if you're stuck, then ask me also. Okay, let's go. And this is what I can do, like, I'm blabbering half the time, so half an hour, you do it, then we have that results. So give me a weekend. People were mad when I said invincible, like, you made people, just, I can make you pretty invincible. So there's like a lot of stuff I can do. And of course, then they try to break it, but if you have your ideal position, there's nothing there. So it's about they want, I want, and then we have a sport. Somebody makes mistakes, that's how sport works. Yeah? Pushing, speed, athleticism, blah, blah, blah. So, and also, interestingly, let's go. Interestingly, we have other chokes. That, by the way, this is, I'll also show you I think later, how side control chokes are also dead. And when I said dead, I mean even, which is dead sounds way cooler. And then Reddit gets more mad at me. And then I can argue in Reddit with people. So I do it purposely in that sense. Choke, yeah. So of course you have here, and then you can have this choke, yeah, obvious, and you can have this choke, yeah, pull, go. And you have this, so that's the price of showing stuff. And interestingly, they're both dead. So, go. Okay, so because now hawking seems to be, on top of my head, I could list 30 things against hawking, what hawking works against. This is Kimura escapes, by the way. Kimura system, armbar system is that reverse armbar. Reverse hitchhike armbar escapes is hawking. And we have a lot of systems around that structure, so it's not, and let's say, the idea is that if one thing works against 20 things, it should make sense study it, if one thing can answer 20 things. And if the 21st thing is answered by something else, we still have 20 things that one thing answers. So it makes jiu-jitsu look easier. If every attack needs a separate answer, it makes it very complicated. So, and that's what the hawking does. So we have different chokes, and I just do one thing, and both of them are dead. It's for both good chokes. And you also can do side control. And typically you can do it also from side control. Let's say YouTube shows them like this. Go here. Yes, go back, or you can put the shin bone behind my head. You can do that, go back, yes. So, and then when I do hawking, go. So, you feel like it's weird. Okay? So I can also prevent them doing that. And to show you how it actually works, like I said, back stuff, yeah, let's say they want my lapel, yeah, like this lapel, they want that lapel, yeah, so it's a fight. I usually give them away because it's just fun. I know the earlier layers, I can do it. Just give them one, and what is weird that most people have taught, everybody grabs my collar usually. Like, they run, it's just right away collar. I think if you grab my collar, I consider this of you doing this and punching me in the face. You telegraph everything you're gonna do. I know what your intent is. So I tend to be like, I tend to like more NCAA grips of grabbing biceps and controlling me and then go for chokes, you understand? It's not telegraphing them. You still can control me. Different like, underhook, maybe bicep, arm also, and then you go for a choke. Go for choke, pop, and then you go. Otherwise, if you grab and I'm in good position already, I know what you're up to. So, but people grab me collar all the time and they expect to have it, and then the defense is there, they don't know, and blah, blah, blah. So it's a philosophical thing. I think we have to teach jiu-jitsu differently also. Anyway, so what the fight actually is. So if I do my hawking, yeah, literally this happens. So the game you can play or you cannot, but you decide yourself. So you should fix the choke doing this. If it's more fun, if you want more fun, then wrist fight. So get the grips. See, that's a fight, yeah? And that's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, you know, 3 Mississippi of time escaping, okay? So they need that grip. Okay, go back and get that grip. Go, get that grip. Okay, stop. So that's first mistake I do, yeah? Okay, get the other grip. Two Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, you know, I can play. That's the second mistake, yeah? Go. And then we can fight hooks, go for choke. We can defend, go. And now we have side control. He can't get up to his knees because I have hawking. Because of this arm is dead, okay? So also the re-backtakes and stuff are dead because you feel I'm backing into you. So usually what they need, okay? So they have a choke. So they have this, they feel maybe it's nothing, they re-backtake. So go back to the knees. No, back to the knees. They do this and take the back again. Go. See? And then they go and leave the choke. A re-backtake is dead. It's very, very hard to do. If I just do what? Okay, yes. So everything defended, go re-backtake. Go, re-backtake. And then we go out, yeah? So, there's a actually weekend game I can do, like re-backtaking and showing that a lot of stuff are very hard, and then the question is, how do you take the back? And our answer is, that's not my job. Yeah, you have to figure it out. And I'm really like inviting people to the journey, that I'm presenting the evidence for this, and your job is to figure it out. I'm more defensive guy, yeah? So. And that's why I try to equalize the equation. And then I'm honest when I say I think it's weird to say it, but I think both have equal opportunities. I'm inside the choke, yes, but you also don't have anything. So I make it equal. Some disagree with that a lot because I have a choke, but I actually think it's equal because I take away your strength. So it's not a choke, yeah? And I don't consider it that much a threat, but you can go 49-51 maybe, but I make it equal, and then we fight from there. Otherwise, it's like they have a, you know, everything is defensively so figured out, and then you're back taken, you don't have the knowledge. It's a losing game right away downhill for most people, yeah? You just, you know, scramble a bit and stuff. There's no systems. So I can present a system for that. Make it equal, and then it's fun to lose and win, yeah? And that pushes the attacks better, because they have to know better timing, better rhythm, better misdirections and stuff. And so how do you know we have a back? So the question is, how do you know we have a good back choke? If you never met have a very good defense. Everybody thinks they have a good back choke, and then I do my stuff, they go like, shit. And then I've never met this, you know? So how do you know? Only if you put a defense to equation, you can know what you have. Same as turtle, yeah? Everybody says, I take the back from turtle and stuff. Well, we have information, it's not actually that easy. And then if you want to have a good back takes, you should train daily with a person that knows about turtle. And there's a legend, anecdotal story, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was told this. Eduardo Telles and Terere trained together, yeah? There was a team, TT, yeah, I guess. And there's a, I guess, anecdotal story why Terere was so good at backtakes. Because his daily training partner was Eduardo Telles, one of the greats in turtle. Imagine facing that guy every day as a frustration. And you have to figure it out. And if you then, he's the standard, he's the best, and then everything you meet is lower, and then you have easier time. Okay, so that's what defense does to you. It pushes your attacks become way, way sharper. Okay, so that's what I do. Anyway, do it again. If someone's level is better, you can wrist fight like I did, but everything is based on hawking anyway. Yeah? You can wrist fight here and there. If you don't want to do it too much, just figure out the hawking again. If you're good, to other side. Yeah, help each other, ask for help. We have a little bit left, 10 minutes maybe. Let's go. Yes?
You're tilting your head away from your choke.
Yes.
What is that doing to make the choke stop exactly?
I don't know.
Is it just done?
There's actually, sometimes I just do, and then other people in forum or internet, they're like arguing about theories, heuristics and everything else. And just, I enjoy doing, and I have my theories, but I don't really think about so much like how to explain stuff and why they mechanically work. Just do. And I enjoy when people can explain this. I just met an astrophysics guy like last weekend, and he was saying why hawking is actually a very strong position. And he was like PhD and stuff, and he was like, this is rotation and everything else, and the way you create strength. I was like, pretty cool. Because I know it's strong, but I don't know why it works, because there's always accuses of it's not aligned, and there's a twisting, and there's blah, blah, blah. I really don't care that if somebody says it's not aligned and it's this and that, it just works. And if your alignment theory doesn't explain this, so we have to upgrade the alignment theory then. And because it's strong. And so I don't know sometimes why things work. So we need smarter people for that. So take my back. So the question was like what the head does. The other side, is that my black belt side? Yeah, so that's my public testing side. So go. So choke, go. Okay. That's a good. Okay. No. Now I will defend it a little bit. So you feel it now? Go.
Okay. I can feel that difference.
So what it does when my head is away, I don't know. Thank you. Some people say it's like it makes the bottom arm. I cannot stretch it. I have to go away, you know. But it's like I'm like strength is away from the bottom arm, and then you have to adapt, figure it out. I know some people might pull the back, go to the elbow, choke again, but then it's running man, then everything else, turtle, just go continuous thing. So, but like I said, the objective to the class is to make you curious. That is like I can give everything away. You saw that against black belts, and I give them the grips, and you go like, doesn't work, yeah. And then also when you ask how do I teach chokes from the back, and that half joke answer is I don't know, because if you just do a choke, then it's choking like dead people, and then if you add defense equation, you can't do it. So how do you teach attacks? Yeah, when defense is equal. And in boxing and wrestling, they figured out there's a pull the arm, go single leg, pump, and pump. But in jiu-jitsu, it's mostly get chokes, boom. There's no setup. But in every other sport, there's setups. So I'm interested in how to teach jiu-jitsu with setups, because if I add defense, you have to have setups. So every other sport does it, boxing, wrestling, but we don't do so much. So I'm curious about how we attack people. And by the way, we have 2 minutes. This is also a baseball choke defense. If you don't know, you have a good baseball choke? Go. So you can come closer. That's the last thing I show. So baseball choke, go. Slowly, go. Yeah, good. So, and now I do my hawking, go. So again, this is what I do. Looks like magic if you don't understand, but this is what I literally do. I can wrist fight also here, yeah. I can deny them better grips because I can do hawking, but I give them, everything kind of crane neck. So if I do this, actually they don't get that deep grips. It's actually even more impossible. But what I literally do, when I say literally, and then I add arms. Arms are good also because they make it even, but bad position on arms, I lose that fight, yeah, because I'm fighting their body. So I'm creating angle with my body, and then I add arm back. But I can do less, yeah? But if, something is very dangerous, I use my arms a bit. But I do this and stuff like that. Even if you do a baseball choke with lapel, it doesn't matter. Some people ask what I would do. Also because the hawking is very heavy, it's very hard to do this. Hey, so that's also there. So, and only thing I think what gives me trouble at the moment a little bit, that I have to figure out, are some loop chokes with their own gi. A little bit, and they're feeding their stuff around my neck. So those things are giving me a little bit, not trouble, and I try to figure it out. So, jury is still out. We're figuring stuff out, pushing it a little bit. Jokes with my own gi when they grab, I don't consider them that dangerous in that sense. They're working, but I know what to do. So I still lose and win, I don't mind. But with their lapel stuff, it's more sneaky, you know? So we're trying to understand how those things are work and what's the equation there and how the defense works and everything else. So like, I hope you're intrigued. I welcome you to the journey, like I always say. This is my research, and I play it more than I have to because I'm trying to give to you more systemized information so you wouldn't have to suffer this way. Kimura defense took us 4 years to figure out. Armbar 2.5 years, a lot of tapping to figuring out stuff, yeah? So you can have actually better road. So the purpose is to make next generation reach higher grounds. So I'm trying to go like, if defensive stuff, I'm trying to give this to younger generation so you can guys get higher, you know? So you can pass our level definitely. So that's kind of what I do. And also help the little guys, the beginners and everything else, to give them that superpower, that they can actually survive better and enjoy more jiu-jitsu, quit less, and it's always good to have more people doing jiu-jitsu, you know? So thank you for your time, and yeah, that's it.